Okay, so this is my submission right here. So far, I'm gonna edit it around a little bit. I don't believe I used any modded parts, and then if you all watching on stream can show me or verify this with me, this right here, right? This is the craft. We have a fairing as the nose cone with an RTG in there for electricity. We have our MK1 inline cockpit with no monopropellant in it whatsoever. I've drained the monopropellant. I was going for fuel efficiency to the max, so limit the weight as much as possible. We have these fairings here. That's for roll only. We have 2 MK1 fuel fuselages with 350 in each. By the way, all this is strutted, auto-strutted. Hey, how you doing, buddy? We do have an engine pre-cooler, but that is drained of fuel. We won't be utilizing the fuel in there. We have 2 tail fins here, which control yaw movement only. And we have 2 pitch control canards in the rear, slightly angled down a little bit. And we're utilizing the Rapier engine. The Rapier engine will get us air from the pre-cooler, nowhere else. And because I tried to put a landing gear system on here, but every time I tried to land it, it would always destroy this tail fin. And according to the rules, you can't have any parts break when you land, otherwise it'll disqualify you. I decided to land it with parachutes instead. I've tested this design. It will work. However, this is my final idea. We will be launching it with this plane right here. So my idea is we're going to take off from the desert airfield, right? And then we'll be making our turn over to the Kerbal Space Center runway. We're going to be at altitude, cruising altitude for this ship. And as soon as we reach, we are above the Kerbal Space Center runway, we will detach the main vessel, accelerate, and climb to an altitude of 23,000 meters. And my speed velocity that I'm shooting for is probably going to be about 1,100 meters per second. That's what I found to be pretty good. It's fuel sipping. It won't be the fastest run, but basically what I'm trying to go is for most fuel efficient. And in fact, I think I might be able to even drain more fuel out of these tanks for more fuel efficiency. But we're gonna do one run, document it, record it and everything, and then see how much fuel we have left over. If we have a large amount of fuel left over still, then what I plan on doing is just, what do you call it? Removing the leftover fuel amount out of the main tanks and doing another run for more fuel efficiency. So this is the transport vessel. It is just basically a passenger/cargo plane with a counterbalance of liquid fuel, which is going to feed into it. It'll stage once these tanks are empty, and then this will stage here and ignite the Rapier engine. This is where we're controlling from, not here. I have made sure that... Oh, okay, well, we need the trio. Whoops. Not like that. We need them in the main cockpit. There we go. So they can see off Jebediah. I want max fuel efficiency, so Jebediah isn't carrying anything, and the other 3 are only carrying parachutes. In case they gotta bail out. But that's, if they're gonna bail out, we're just gonna revert back. So this is the plan. We do have this that'll open up on command. If I hit the abort sequence, this will open to this amount, and these drogue chutes will deploy. That is just for landing. I also have it set up for when we are coming back to the KSC for touchdown. If I hit the abort, the engine shuts off and all parachutes deploy. So it's just a lot easier for me. It's all done with one action group. Pretty straightforward. However, I want to see if I can get this whole setup to work a little bit better by adding one more engine. No, that's not what I want to open. I want to add one more engine to this vessel, because right now the cruising speed is not what I want it to be. It's too slow. So I'm thinking about doing something like this. So we'll remove that. We'll put the tail fin here. Like I said, we do have offsetting a bit and a little bit of clipping on these vessels, but not to a horrible extent. Like, I've got these clipped, but I don't think that's to a bad extent, really. I don't know. I'm curious to think what you all think about that, but I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more offsetting here to just kind of make this a little bit more nice, if you will. I also want to move these. Why won't you let me right-click anything? Why can't I right-click now? Sometimes that works. What if I just redo this? If I do this... Nope. Well, I wanted to have my lights on there, but whatever. It's not gonna happen, right? So that engine and these engines will fire. That's where my thrust will be. And I think that'll give me the TWR I want. Because before, I think... Yeah, it wasn't enough. So that should hopefully work. I'm hoping that the tail fin, placing it there, isn't going to be an issue. We'll find out. We'll do a test run. How about that? Making sure that we have everybody where we want it. And yep, cool. Let's give it a run. All right, so here we go. Spool up. I'm going to utilize the autopilot. Oh, hold on, let me change. I had to read, like, Kerbal Space Program did something really weird recently where, like, it wouldn't launch through Steam, so I had to do it through the game directory, but it reset a lot of my stuff, which is obnoxious, but, you know, whatever. Apply, accept, resume. Good. And here we go. How you doing, Possum? Alright, so we're going to be doing 70 heading. I want to set that to, let's say, 6,000 altitude with a speed of 250. Alright, let's pitch up. Here we go. It likes to roll to the right for whatever reason, but it's not the end of the world. So we're just doing a dry run here. And then we're going to go ahead and as soon as we get to, say, about 2,500 meters up, we will enable the autopilot. And then we're going to go ahead and set the KSC as our target, or waypoint. And let's see how they're all doing. So I kind of have hard mode on because, as you can see, these are the G-force meters that these Kerbals can handle. And I have ComNet enabled, as well as probes can't be controlled unless they have a signal. But none of these are probes because this hull has to be a manned flight. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and activate this. Turn. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Once we get to altitude of about 6,000 meters up, I will disable speed control to allow it to just go ahead and get as fast as possible. So right now we're just going to the orientation we want. So we're flying in this general direction. And I have found that when we get to about that island right there, I activate the waypoint and we'll start flying perfectly 90 towards the KSC. But yeah, for those of you that are just getting in, I just realized that we don't have the audio going right now. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and turn that up a little bit, shall we? So you guys can hear the engines roar a bit. Right about there is fine. We'll also turn off that. Oh, and make sure that that's off. Good. Make sure that we don't have anything on that we don't want. Also, to just make sure that you all are aware for the... Whoa, no, 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 no. What's going on here? Why'd you stop? Oh, speed control. Off. Alright, so just making sure... Cheats. Gravity is normal. Everything is where it's supposed to be. No cheating. So, that's the one and only time that I'll have this up. Alright, so we're almost by the island. So that once we're there, we will go ahead and activate waypoint. And we will make our way there. But by doing this challenge this way, I found that we bypass a lot of the thicker atmosphere, that whole chunk. So this vessel doesn't have to worry about traveling through there and having the deplorable delta V and working against the drag. Alright, so we're where we want to be, so I'm going to time warp down. And I'm going to go ahead and activate waypoint heading. And we'll time warp back up. Oh, we went a little too far. Whatever, that's fine, because I'm going to change this to 90. It's going to take us right towards the KSC, where we want to be. And basically what the plan is that once we are exactly where we need to be, I will push escape, basically like this, and I can still edit these values right here. And I will change the values to what I want it to be, hit resume, and hit spacebar to launch our vessel and get to altitude where we need to be. And that is exactly when the run starts. Alright, well, we're not breaking any speed records with this vessel right now, but speed isn't what I'm shooting for here. What I'm shooting for is straight up fuel efficiency. The hard mode challenge is to do it in under 800 units of liquid fuel from runway back to runway. I want to see if I can get that down to 400 in half, because I don't think anybody's been able to do that yet. So it's all about fuel efficiency for me. I won't be beating the speed records for sure. That's not what I'm going for in this one. Alright, but we are starting to get close to where we need to go. I am a little curious and nervous about the mountains up ahead. We have to fly over the mountains, and I cannot for the life of me remember what the maximum altitude is for those mountains. It looks like right now we're going to go through the valley, and I think that's below 6,000 meters altitude. But if it's not, I might be in a bit of pickle, because we're kind of at our ceiling height for this vessel currently. Once we launch, we're going to go much, much, much higher. Oh, and let's get out of time warp, because we're about to stage this. And there we go. Stage that. Perfect. And get back into time warp. Let that go ahead and drop to the ground. Thanks, buddy. Alrighty. It looks like we'll be okay. It looks like it. I think we're going to be able to thread the needle. We'll see. Oh god, maybe... it's gonna be close. Let's go ahead and turn off that, because I don't want to listen to the Kerbals talk anymore. Alright, so... the Space Center is just up ahead over there. We're gonna be launching here real soon. Can I save? Okay, I can save the game while we're going, because you'll understand what I'm going to be trying here in just a moment. Okay, so we're going to be there here in just a minute. Let's time warp a little bit more and stop here, pause, save game, quick save, sure. And then get ready. Get ready. Okay, so this is where everything starts. We are going to go ahead and change this value to 1100 meters per second. Enable that. This is going to be 23,000 meters. Heading of 90 degrees. And then we're going to go ahead, and as soon as we hit unpause, we're going to go ahead and decouple this stage and go. Okay, here we go. Bye. Alright, we are building our speed. And we've just broken 550 meters per second. So we're going to go on up. Disable speed control. Enable speed control. And look at that. Here we go. Let's go ahead and move this, shall we? So this is basically just a dry run. I am recording it, but just to see that the concept works, right? I'm pretty sure it does, but this is going to be just us talking basically now. I got to make sure that this is still, yep, activation, navigation still selected. So once we get back to about this peninsula, I will turn it back to waypoint to make sure that we are smack dab where we want to be. We should maintain where we need to be because we're going at 90 degrees the entire time. But yeah, as you can see, we're sipping fuel right now. And the longer we go and the more fuel we burn, we're going to be sipping fuel at a lower rate. And this one has no fuel in it, and I made sure that this has no monopropellant. Jebediah Kerman has no items on him. There's no inventory in the command pod. It is minimalist for a reason. He looks excited. So as you can see, we are making great timing. We're already almost halfway around the planet. So we're doing great. I am very curious to see how much fuel we have left over at the end of it. I'm gonna take over here. I want to point it there. Perfect. And we're just gonna coast on down. You can just make out the glimmer of the KFC there. Alright, I think we've passed... No, we haven't passed the mountains yet. We need to pitch up a little bit more. Oh, no, 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 no. Maybe I started descending a little too soon. Yeah. Well, this is just the dry run, which isn't a big deal. No, I don't want you to be going that fast. Alright, that should do it. Okay, so it looks like we're to the right of the runway a little bit, but I don't think that's enough to disqualify me. I don't think I have to actually land on the runway, but we'll try it. I mean, that is the goal after all, right? That is my goal. And the doggo has gas. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. God, that dog stinks. Oh, it is. Jesus Christ. And touchdown. Perfect. Nothing broke. So, technically that can count as my run if I wanted to. I want to do better. That is my plan. So we're going to go ahead and revert back to spaceplane hangar. Yeah, that would not be good, Possum. We need to get rid of 25 units out of each tank. So we're going to do 325 and 325. That should be good, hopefully. Making sure that everybody is still where they need to be. You alright, Otis? Alright, cool. Everything's looking good still. Looking Gucci. Okay, so this is my entry to the January 2021 Reddit Challenge. Basically, I'm going with the X-15 style launch system. We will be taking off from the desert runway. My plan is to fly towards the KSC, and then once we are over the KSC, we will deploy this the main vessel and get to altitude, which you will all see in a minute. Here we go. Let's get ready. We'll build up thrust. And once we get to about 200 thrust, we will disengage the brakes and take off. There we go. I will put this here so that we can watch that. And rotate.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their
All right, get out of time warp. And in 3, 2, 1, launch. So we pause it. We set speed control on, heading to 90, and altitude to 23,000. And then we hit resume and space. And here we go. And time warp again. And turn off speed control and turn it back on. Perfect. Here we go. Alright, so this is our halfway point for the subreddit. This is how much fuel we've used. And we're still going strong. Alright, I think we're on... Yes, okay. So, we're going to go ahead and swap to waypoint. Which is perfect. Let us disable. Uh-oh. Good. That was hairy. Nope, 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 nope. Don't be flip happy. Don't be flip happy. Now we just gotta coast. No, don't do that. I wanted a time warp to speed things up, but it's being obnoxious. This thing likes to go fast, not slow. Nope. Come on. There we go. That's what I want. Why are you being so flip happy? What happened to your... That's strange. There we go. That's what I want. Stay at that angle. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. And here we go. Nope, we are not in trouble. We are actually bueno.
Funny how the tables turned. Didn't think I'd go this far, but here we are, the end. Now you're
It's a good run.
so I can breathe again.
This is one I will be submitting to Reddit.
Chose to break it. Ask for truth, but
Don't break, don't break, don't break. Good! Hooray! We did it!
was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't try. 'Cause this time you crossed the line.
And we gotta plant the flag. Yep. Jeb seems upset about it too. Anyways, I think that's gonna be my entry for this challenge. I will see you all next time, probably.